Okay, hi and welcome to today's presentation, training on creator, sculptor and critic. Now, before I get into that, I've just been having a chat and going over some book covers and everything with Nikki, and now I'm just going to share with Nikki and for everyone else who's watching this on the replay, 22 socials. So let me just get that up for you. We were just discussing membership and different ways of being able to have people come through to you from your book. So the first place obviously is having a landing page or a book bonus page, whatever you want to call it. It's like an opt-in page. So it's where it's your bait piece, where they first come, put their name and email address in, and from there then you would take them through and deliver. You obviously want to have it all happen automatically, so deliver your content from your book. So whether it's video series or worksheets, templates, spreadsheets, whatever it is, depending on your book and your topic, what you're going to be taking them through to. So what I really like to use is something called 22 Social. Now I love using it, and I'm actually a certified trainer for them as well. So I'm just going to take you through and show you a couple of examples. Now these are not necessarily, well, let me just show you this one first. So this is a book launch that we've got happening. Let me just get into here. A book launch that we've got happening tomorrow. And let me just get rid of that. Someone's just messaging me. Right. Okay. So this is a book launch that we've got happening tomorrow. So I'm still in the middle of setting this up. So this is like the landing page where they would come, and it would probably say something in, I'll change this here to, something. I haven't put this in yet. So we've just got management consulting for medics, congratulations and welcome. So the first part that we've got here is just the book cover image. So I recommend that we keep everything similar, and you have your book cover on there so that they recognize that they've come through to the right place. Okay, so what they need to do then is, obviously through there we can have a video as well, but what they need to do from there is access the book. With this book, it's got a bonus video. Sorry, I don't know how to turn this off. Anyway, they're just going to keep coming through as we're recording this. So to access your bonus video, they'll click on there, and what I've used here is the blue of the Facebook because it's recognized, but you can have lots of different colors depending on the color of your book and everything else that you've got there. Okay, so once they click through there, then I'll just take you and show you where they come through to. Well, let me just show you actually what it looks like. So they click on there. I've already done it to test it out, so I don't know whether it's going to work here. So then it comes up with confirm email. Now the beautiful thing about this is that it uses the email that they have for their Facebook. So you know it's a real email. It's not, and it's an email that they use all the time. It's not like, I have various different emails that if I don't, like Gmail, for example, don't email me on Gmail without telling me, because I probably check it once a week, or just when someone says, well, I've sent you some information to your Gmail email address. Okay, so then they just click on confirm now. I won't do it because I've already done that. So let me just go back to here. Not to there, to here rather. Just go back. And from here, that's like it's called the app gate. So this is where I've come through to now. So with this one, all they have is a video. So we've just got, and this can be any color, it can be any format, font, whatever. We do the styling, differently to that. So let me just check the chat there. Yeah, does it mean that you have You and the new member have access to it, yes, via Facebook. Yeah, that's right. So I'll show you that in a moment. So as I say, I haven't finished setting this up. You can have more buttons on here as well. I'm just going to show you mine here. Now, the reason I'm showing this is because this was actually set up as a membership type of site. So instead of going out and paying for a membership or doing optimized press or something, which is where you're all watching the video, where the content for Passion Publish Profit is. Gosh. So Passion Publish Profit is on optimized press, which is through WordPress. And on here, sorry, because I'm on Facebook, these messages are going to keep coming through. On here, this is like my landing page, which is where I invited them through, and then they come through. Or is it? Let me just check. Can't see. No, this, yeah, so this is like the landing page. Once they come through from this, so this is like the sales page, if you like. Once they click Get Access Now, they come through to the main content site. So this is where I want to show you like the memberships. So you can set this up, there's lots of different templates in the way that you can actually set this up. So I've got a video up at the top, and then I've got all of the different videos and content below. So say for example here, I've got the day one, which is 2 different videos. One was a Google Hangout and the other one was a Periscope. So using lots of different media to show them how to use the media. And then they could click through on Avatar, and that would take them through then to get the information for the, well, they had to go and click through. So then they had to go through and get the information for the avatar. Underneath here is lots of different videos. So like here is, click on there and it takes them through to a PDF. So here's a PDF. You can set things like that up in Google Docs. So, or you can just, you know, have it through Amazon S3 if you host everything through that. So that is one way of being able to do your membership, just having all the different content underneath. And you can actually have links going through. So this could actually be links to module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, that sort of thing. And then behind each module could be set up separately like this. There's lots of different ways of setting that up. Let me just see what Nikki's just asked me. Why don't you take a moment to message Rhonda? Yeah, actually that would be a good idea. I'll do that. Thank you, Nikki. Good idea. Okay, so that's how that operates. Now let me show you what happens in the back office. So if I click on SRM, this is where it's connected to my database, to my autoresponder. So you can see in here that yes, they all have to be on Facebook to come through, but most of my clients are on, I have not had a client yet who's not on Facebook. So let me just take you through to mine, for example. So you can actually click on there. This is what I love about it. So you can see my email address, where I live, my date of birth, if that's what's showing in my Facebook. Now, if it's not showing in your Facebook, then it won't. That's my sister's birthday there coming up. Sister's birthday today. If it's not, oh gosh, sorry, I didn't mean to click on there. I was clicking off. And then also the entry date, so the date that they entered into your membership site. You can actually also click on there and go and see their profile. So if you want to find out a little bit more about someone who's in your group, I don't mean stalking them or anything, it's just obviously finding more information out that you can readily see on Facebook. Now, the other thing is that if this was, for example, a paid membership, so you can link this to paid membership, and I will be setting up my low-end membership through 22 Social, I can link it directly to PayPal. So they pay through PayPal. I can set up the regular monthly subscription through there. And what happens here is I can manually turn the subscription off, or their ability to see the information. I can turn it off manually, or I can click disable access, which is the same thing. Or if it's linked, and you can see when I do that, that access goes away. So when you come back on, it shows that I've got the green light access. Or if it's linked through PayPal, once they don't, if they stop their payment through PayPal, or they don't make a payment, for example, that automatically clicks in and stops their access. So it's absolutely brilliant. It's done automatically, highly leveraged. You don't have to do this. No, there is, it's just PayPal at the moment. And yes, I have got them to link. I'll show you. So when we go into here, we can go into CRM. I have got them to link. So when I set that one up, I only had get response, but they now use active campaign. So these are all the autoresponders you can use. And so active campaign is one of those. That's brilliant. But no, the only way of taking the payment at the moment is through PayPal with this. So yeah, if you wanted to use Stripe, then you would have sucks balls. Yeah, if you want to use Stripe, then literally you can still do it. You just have to set this up automatically, so like manually, which is what you'd have to do anyway on any other system. So it's just the PayPal part is more automated on here. Okay, so I really love using that. I can certainly give you a link. So if you want to have a look at this, let me just get the link. I will share it. I'll share it in the Facebook group. So if anyone wants to have a look through this, you can. And ask me any questions at all that you may have on that. Okay, so that is all on the 22 Social and the membership and what have you. If you have any other questions, just ask me now. I'll just keep going with what I want to be doing. So let's just go back. Nikki, if you've got any questions, just pop them in there. I'm just going to go over now. I'll just wait and see if you've got any questions on that. We can also continue the chat on later. But I'm just going to go back over here to, it's just really quick session on what I wanted to cover today. And that is going through the creator, sculptor, and critic. So you can be all of these three things while you're writing your book. But it's important to make sure you get them in the right order. So what really holds people back, and the procrastination, if you like, and stops people from writing their book, is that when they're in creator mode, which is the book writing part, then obviously the sculptor or the critic is coming in and trying to take over. So whenever you're asking yourself a question in your head, always ask, oh, who's talking at the moment? Is it the creator? Is it the sculptor? Or is it the critic? So always ask yourself that in your head while you're going through this. Let me just want to see what's happening in the questions there. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to your question, Nikki. Don't know why I can't see it. Let me just, oh, there you are. Yeah, you just ask. Oh, sorry, I just had it there, didn't I? It comes to alternatives. Yeah, look, the alternatives to 22 Social obviously would be something like ClickFunnels. Because ClickFunnels, you can set up your landing pages. You can also do your membership in there as well. I mean, oh, sorry, Nikki, that's just to show you before when I deleted it. That's what shows up when we're doing the suggestions and comments. So I just went to delete that. I was just showing Nikki earlier how to use Google Docs for feedback for her book. So this is, I have got this somewhere in the training as well. So you can accept the suggestion, which means that that will all be deleted. Or if I hit the cross, then it gets left to how it was. So let me just go back. I want to delete that because that was just being used for. Okay, so if now, for an example, so if I just hit that, then it deletes it away. Yeah, so definitely 22 social lead pages, but that's just really for landing pages. Or ClickFunnels would be the other alternative to look at as well. Okay, so just going back to the, oops, hang on, am I sharing my screen still? I don't think so. Oh, sorry, Nikki, I wasn't sharing my screen when I was showing you what happened there. Okay, what I'm going to do is just go backwards, and it's there. So when I went to delete it, you could see that turned up in a different color. It's struck through in green, and then all I need to do is hit accept the suggestion, which is for the deletion, or if I go reject, it goes back to where it was. But I do want to delete this because we were just using this before for, oops, hang on. So that was the suggestion. Let me just go delete and then hit yes. Okay, now then, I saw you put up another comment, which I can't see. Okay. Right, so when you are writing your book, so most of you are at the end of, who will be watching these videos, have either finished your book and you're at that final completion stage, so you're actually in this critic stage. So you've done your creation, you have sculpted your book, and you're in the critic stage now. So you're going through, as Nikki is, for example, and she's finalising her edits. She's been really meticulous and the perfectionist. That's what her book's about, how not to be such a perfectionist and get things done. So she's doing a fantastic job in the editing of her book. She's sending it out to several people to do like a beta testing or a beta read of her book to get feedback from them and see what else that she can add into there. And that is a fantastic idea for all of you to do when you get to that stage. So it's really important when you are going through the creator stage though, so as you're moving from module 1, the planning stage, into module 2, which is the play stage, you need to be really vigilant and observant as to who is talking in your head. Is it the creator? Is it the sculptor, or is it the critic? When you're doing the creation stage, that's all of module 1 essentially, and it's also module 2, which is the play. Once you have got the play section done, which is the recording of your book, so whether that's typing or whether it's video or whether it's audio, I'm going to take you through lots of different examples in module 2. If you haven't got that far yet, you have to be the creator. I talk about your shitty first draft. It's highly, highly important you get that shitty first draft out and done. Once you've done that, then the sculptor comes in. The sculptor comes in and starts to edit through that shitty first draft, to add things in, to take things out, to mold it, to really, you know, if you think of the sculptor, plonks a big piece of clay. My sister-in-law is a sculptor. So she can take you through exactly how to sculpt and model, and it would depend on whether you're doing a solid one or whether it might be a head, for example, where you create a chicken wire support, if you like, and put the clay around it so it's not as heavy. So they start off with a big lump of clay. Okay, so that's where you're the creator, and you've got the big lump of clay. You start molding it into what you know, the rough size and, you know, mold of what you want, if you like. And then the sculptor starts to fine-tune it, starts to mold it into look like the person or the head or whatever the structure is of the mold, sorry, of the sculpture that they want it to be. And this is where you are with your book. Okay, so that's really quite a good analogy. So here you are with your book, and the sculptor is editing, doing the fine-tuning, adding in the stories and metaphors. I've just given you a metaphor with a sculptor. So adding in the testimonial, well, you can add in testimonials. It's really good to add in little testimonials. If you've got a great little snippet of what someone has said, whether it's text or video, obviously you can transcribe a video that's relating to what you're talking about in a chapter, for example. Pop it in there, pop their name there and add it like a quote. People love to read quotes. So that's a great example of what to do there. That's the sculptor coming in. Then the critic can start to take over when you're standing back and taking a critical eye over the work that you've done. So when you're going through it for your story, for the metaphors, for the right brain, the left brain, for structure, for sentence structure, for grammar, for those of you who we're doing the books for you, the done for you part, remember we've got an editor who will go through for, it's not a book edit, it is an edit for grammar, spelling, punctuation, that sort of thing. So they will do that fine tuning, but you still want to go through and edit, and it's very difficult for you to edit your own book. You need to do that at the beginning, like I mentioned previously. You need to do that at the beginning before you give it to an editor. You need to go and make sure that it makes sense, that it flows, that you've got the right content in there, that you're addressing the different parts of the brain example, you've got calls to action. So you need to make sure that you go through and you've got all of those parts before you do the facts. That's, you know, your part of the critic here. The one thing that you need to make really sure of is that you never allow the critic to talk to the creator. Never allow the critic to talk to the creator. When you're in creation mode, you need to be creating. It's a bit like brainstorming. When you're brainstorming, you need to brainstorm and don't edit. You write everything down that you think of, and then later you can go and edit. Okay? You can have other people being your critics. Okay? Like I say, you should send it out to someone else to give you their feedback. Ruth, for example, sent it out to 2 or 3 of her, 2 different sisters, I think, and they did a terrific job editing her book and coming back with suggestions and things that she's like, oh yeah, I missed that out, or I shouldn't be talking about this, for example. I'm talking too long. Okay, so that is literally what I wanted to do. So for the majority of you who are just in the early stage of your book, I really want you to make sure that you are concentrating on being the creator for your book, okay? In this stage, you are the creator only. You're not sculpting and you're not being the critic, okay? Once you get module 2 finished, or the first part of module 2 finished, then at the end of that, then you will start on the sculpting part before you get to module 3, which is all around the publishing. Even though the publishing, actually, strike that off, because publishing is all around this sculpting part. It's around your editing and everything as well. Okay, so let me just see if there are any other questions. No. So do you have any other questions, Nikki, before we go? I'm just about finished here. Yeah, okay, cool. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is that these calls are now only going to be once a fortnight. There is plenty of information in the membership side. There is a whole vault of these recordings that are already in there. So there's plenty in there to take you through. So if you have any questions or any work that you want me to have a quick glance over, I'm not here to go through it all in fine detail, but I'm here to have a quick glance and give you any comments and suggestions over it. But please place those in the Facebook group. So really get more active in the Facebook group. Place your questions in there. Place any work in there that you want me to go over. And also you should be placing it down in the under the module that or the lesson that you're working in in that homework section. So pop it in the homework section as well. Let me just see. I'm not sure about the critic, sculptor, etc. Though, can you share more about the pros and cons? All right. So let me just go back. Well, there's no need to go back. The pros and cons of 22 social over ClickFunnels. I think one would be price. There's different options of getting into 22 social, but I think the highest one is around about $500 a year. Whereas ClickFunnels, I can't remember whether it is $100 or $200 a month US, both US. Everything that I quote generally is in US dollars because that's where everyone works. So one would be price, that 22 social would be a lot cheaper. ClickFunnels is a huge brand, recognized. 22 social, I've been using it for quite a few years, but it's still sort of like rising. It's not big like ClickFunnels. They haven't spent a lot of marketing and things like that. It's all been done fairly organically. One thing I really like about 22 social, they have so much training. Whichever level you come into, there are about 4 different levels of training. So if you come in at, it's called 22 social because it used to be $22 a month. When I get the link for you, you'll be able to go through and see how much it is. And whether you come in at that level, there is weekly training. I think they still do it weekly. I don't know because I don't go into that anymore. And they will take you through training, through building a membership, starting a membership, getting paid for doing monthly newsletters, having a monthly newsletter subscription, for example. They will take you through running Hangouts or Livecasts or Facebook advertising, through a whole load of, I can't remember all the different pillars now, but there's a whole load of them. Then if you go into the next level, which is probably, it's called the Pro account, I think. Then there's other training which is a bit more advanced in there, and then obviously the training that I'm at, which is a mastermind level, is much more of a, rather than the how to use things, it's much more of an overarching big, more strategic sort of level of how to really grow your business fast, as opposed to how to build a Facebook group, how to build a membership site, that sort of thing. So they have loads in there. I know that ClickFunnels as well, they have their tutorials and training on how to build a landing page, how to build a membership site, for example, and have the tutorials taking you through, showing you how to do all of those things. I guess a con for the 22 social is obviously if you have someone coming in who's not on Facebook, then you're not going to get them, because if they just have email, for example, then you would have to use, ClickFunnels would be the go if that's where your market is. So depending on where your target audience is, you might say, well, 22 social isn't going to work. I need something that they just need a website, they need my website, and they need email, for example. Other pros and cons, 22 social is so easy to use. And the other thing I'm going to show you is all the templates. Now, I know a lot of people say that ClickFunnels is easy to use, but to be honest, I'm really tech savvy. I gave up on it and I stopped using it. And I guess the reason was because I wanted to create something specific for my book clients for their landing pages. And unfortunately, I just gave up, and I had a not a graphic designer, a web designer who gave up on it too. But I do know that it is supposed to be quite easy to use. I'm not enjoying it that much. Okay, let me just go to my apps and find, here we go. Let me see. I just want to find something I haven't got any content on to show you. And the other thing with the 22S is you can set it up on, no, that's a 7-day challenge. Oh, I haven't actually, oh no, this is my group, so I can't show you on here. I haven't actually, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought there, sorry. Okay, this is for a Hangout, but I'll just show you here. There are a huge amount of different templates here. So I'll just run you through here. You can do a showcase, which is essentially what I use for most things, but then you've got a giveaway, sweepstakes, Hangouts, podcast, digital course, and you can customize your own. So here's the digital course, for example. So you could have a video on the gate, that's on the gate, with, you know, it's like a sales page, and then your course behind it, you can have
Sorry to interrupt. We can't actually see your screen.
Oh no, sorry. Thanks. That's right, because I took it off.
Could you do that again from the start? Because I don't know. Thanks.
Okay, well, this is literally the start of it, because I was just looking for my different apps to find one that I could go in and change. Because once you change if you change your templates, then you lose all the content. So I can't actually go through and show you the, you know, the template changes, but you can look at them here. So this is one, for example, for a digital course. Here's the template. So you could, that's the gates. That's like the landing page where they come in. You want that to just be simple. But once they get through the gate, then you can see these different courses, course 1, 2, 3. So you could have it set up with 4 videos underneath, and that can keep going. You can keep going. It's like two by 2. You know, you could have another 2 underneath, another 2, another 2, or you could have 3. Obviously, just these videos would be smaller to look at there, and the videos would have to be housed on either YouTube. They can be unlisted. Most of mine are unlisted. So YouTube, Vimeo, or Wistia. Then here, or it could also be Facebook Live. You can actually do your Facebook Live now and put the links in there. Or you could just have big videos, one underneath the other, and that could just keep going. Okay, and then underneath each, you could have text in there, which might be click here to go and get this template or workbook or whatever it might be to go with the video. So if you just go back to the showcase, so here's, you know, loads of different layouts. But then once you've chosen your layout, as I say, you have to the template, you need to make sure you pick the right template, because once you started adding content, if you change the template, you will lose all of the content. But once you go to style, you can keep swapping the style around, you won't lose anything. So when you go to style, there is a huge amount of, actually style is all the colors. Let's go to the layouts first. So here's all the different layouts that you can use. So here's like a capture page. You can have comments underneath, Facebook comments or not. If it was, for example, if I was using this to go to an event locally, I would actually have the map underneath so people can see where it's located. So you can turn on, you can have 2 side columns here. You can have the videos underneath. You know, you can just choose whichever template you want. Whichever layout you want for the template that you have. And then the style, you can go in here and you can start changing background color. There's a whole load of textures here that you can change. You can change your header font and your body font, and that will remain constant throughout. So you can see here, that's Lato there. I can change this to whatever, Lilita 1, whatever that is. You'll see that. See, within here, you can just keep clicking on here and you can see that what the headline is going to look at, you know, the style of font that it's going to be. You can have a white font, black font, depending on whether you've got a light mood or dark mood. So you can just click on there to change it to dark. When you do that, it will automatically change to white font up there. But then when you go into the body of your you can change all of those around. You've got buttons in there like calls to action. Unfortunately, you can't customize those. You can only have what's available here. So yeah, that's literally, and you can have, you know, countdown timer clocks and everything in there. So that was for a Hangout that I did. The other great thing is that people can share and like and tweet and do all of those things straight from within here. And you can customize what people get to share what it looks. So this is, if people were to share the hangout that I had there, this is what it would look like, and you can customize what it looks like by putting the information in here. Yeah, so it's really, really, really user-friendly. The team are just super supportive. So let me just go in and quickly find a couple of their groups and just quickly show you what they're like. Here you go, 22 social. I think this one is, I can't remember whether this is the Academy, so that's one of the higher levels. So you can see our next training is on the 12th. Oh no, that's not a training, that's a party in San Diego, which I won't be going to. So yeah, the group is really supportive. Lots of people putting questions, and other people who are further advanced will answer your questions in there. So it's really good from that. I don't know whether ClickFunnels has anything like this at all. So depending on which level you're at, there's lots. So I've got probably levels to 3 different groups in 22 Social. That was the one that I was just in. Oh no, that was the one I was just in. So that was one, and that was another one. Here's the certified experts that I'm in. And there is definitely another one. And then they have challenges and everything as well. So they're really good. Oh, no, this is part of them as well. So this is Tribe Leaders Who Serves. That's 4 that I'm in so far. Business Freedom, no, that's not it. Okay, so yeah, I'm in about 4 different ones with them because of all the different levels. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, do you have any other questions, Nikki? Because I've got 2 appointments I need to get ready for. You're done. Okay, great. Okay, well, I hope you've all enjoyed the recording for this, and look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks' time. If you have any questions, just remember, pop them into the Facebook group. Okay, take care. Bye.